Hi.
Hi. Awesome. Seamless.
Good afternoon, or well, it's morning your time, right?
It's morning for me, but it's afternoon for you, right?
Yeah, it's like 12.
Good afternoon. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Out the Frame. I am C. Sando, One Off's digital director, and I'm super excited today to talk to you. And I practice this. Abiyua, did I say it correctly?
Yeah, you did pretty well.
Awesome. Or Abby, as some of you may know her. As usual, am going to have you do your own bio. So tell the people who you are.
Okay, yeah. I'm Abby. Most people call me Abby. I'm a multidisciplinary artist, and I'm also part of Her Story DAO, and I'm one of the leaders of the African NFT community. And I make art about Black women, basically celebrating Black women.
And where are you based?
I'm based in North Texas.
So you mentioned the kind of art that you create. You said multidisciplinary. All of your work is digital, correct?
Um, yeah, for the most part, but I mean, I have done film photography. I just haven't been doing it lately, but I'm just like the type of person like if I find something interesting, I'm just gonna do it. So if I just wanted to make a clay sculpture one day, like maybe I would just do it. So yeah.
I love that. And when were you first introduced to NFTs?
So I got on Clubhouse in like January. I kept seeing all these rooms that said crypto art on them. And I was really confused about what that was. I thought it was like a particular genre of art or something. And then I would start going into all the rooms, and Sersu was doing a lot of intro to NFT rooms, and so that got me really interested in NFTs.
I feel like we need to shout out Clubhouse and Amir because the amount of people who have come to NFTs through that route is actually amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like orientation or something in January. There were so many people just entering the space then.
Exactly. And when did you mint your first NFT?
I minted my first one like February 26th in the middle of the night, and it's just because like I was taking in so much information, and I was like, I don't think I fully understand what this is, so let me just do it so that I can like I don't know. I just learned by doing, so I'm like, let me just do it, and then I think gas was like $80 or something crazy like that. And I was like, oh wow. But yeah, so it was February 26th, and then since then I've just been doing it.
Awesome. And I want to talk about your process a little bit because I feel that your process is particularly unique. Most digital artists, NFT artists, take found pieces, um, either photography or something that's been found somewhere else, and then mold that into a new work. But you do something a little bit different. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so I actually started learning 3D art, well, 3D modeling using Blender like during the pandemic, when we were in lockdown in like July of last year, I believe. So I like to model and sculpt everything, and that's actually helped me really learn the functions and the shortcuts. So yeah, so far I haven't used any assets. I feel like I definitely will have to at some point because I can't do everything, but so far I model and sculpt everything that I put out.
That's really amazing. That must make the process considerably longer, more intense for each
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about community a little bit. First, how did you find community when you first started?
Yeah, so when I first started, all the clubhouse rooms, they were definitely on that whole like, oh, wag me, whatever, like we're all friends type of thing. And I kind of got sucked into that. So I was really thinking like, oh, everyone's just here to help each other. And it's like not necessarily the case, which is fine because people naturally click up. but I just like found people that I had similarities with. And like the first community I was really part of was Black NFT art. And they popped up around maybe around February, like something like that. And so I would just go into their rooms and start getting to know people. And then African NFT started in like March or April, and then Vintage Mozart asked me like, "Oh, do you want to be one of the admins?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." And so since then, like the community has grown like insanely. And then Her Story DAO, I found out about them after they collected Latasha's one of her music videos. I think it was called Her Story actually. And I just thought they were so interesting, so I just asked how I could be part of it, and then I joined. So
Tell us about those communities. Tell us about African NFT.
yeah, so African NFT is a community like we uplift and promote and onboard artists, African artists, but also artists like in the diaspora. And there's a group of us that kind of lead the whole thing, and we're from many different backgrounds. I'm Nigerian American. I didn't mention that earlier, but I'm Nigerian American. Vintage is in Zimbabwe. He's Zimbabwean. We have people from Kenya, Ghana. We have Dominican people, Jamaican. So we're just basically trying to help everyone have an equal playing field in the metaverse. And then Her Story, of course, like collects and supports Black women that are artists and also non-binary artists, and put on the digital diaspora show, and also have like started auctions for a few Black women in the metaverse too.
So, is it fair to say that community has been a big part of your development in the NFT world?
Yeah, definitely. Because I would say in the beginning, it was definitely very hard to navigate through the space. And like I said, I thought everybody would just be like, "Yeah, let me help you out," but it's not really like that. But now, we have African NFT. We have a Discord, and so we share resources, and we have a channel where we tell everybody about the different scams that are going on, and then sometimes people help each other with minting fees. We collect each other's work. We like present opportunities to everybody. And I feel like if I wasn't part of these communities, like a lot of that stuff wouldn't be happening.
Mm-hmm. So now I want to talk about your work, which I'm really excited to do. So I think that the work that most people are familiar with is the really elaborative nails that you do. So can we talk about that collection of work, what it means? Because I think that even though people might associate that with you, they might not know all of the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, so during the pandemic, a lot of stuff happened during the pandemic because I had so much free time. But basically, I was doing like research on pre-colonial Nigeria because Nigeria like as a country didn't exist until colonization, and so because that there's all these different tribes like in one area. So I was trying to understand my parents' tribes specifically. My dad is Ishan, my mom is Igbo, and so I was reading about my mom's tribe, the Igbo people, and so they have this system or I guess art form called uli, and like the women do it, and they'll draw these symbols as murals, but also as body art. And then something I read about it is that the English discouraged, like the missionaries discouraged the women from drawing on their bodies, and saying like, oh no, you should do like embroidery instead. That's more proper, that kind of thing. And it's just insane to me because that's kind of this type of thing we deal with today, where they tell you like don't have long nails, and your hair has to look like this, and like basically Black women, we're not allowed to do anything really without dealing with some kind of backlash in the workplace or just in general society. And so like I know now, of course, a lot of people do the long nails and all that kind of thing, but we've caught a lot of heat for that over the years. And so that was just me like basically celebrating the fact that we have certain ways and certain things we want to do to beautify ourselves, and we should be allowed to do that without, you know, everyone having an opinion about it. And so, yeah.
And you've included a lot of symbolism in the pieces, right?
Mhm. Yeah, so when I did the research, I found a scholarly journal that had like a list of some of the symbols and their meaning. And so I'll like look at a symbol and find the meaning. And I won't put the English translation, but I'll put like context clues in the art so that people will um, like kind of get a hint of what the word means. And so that's what I've been doing for the past few ones. The latest one I did put like, oh, it means wisdom and strength. But in the past, I've just kind of put the Igbo meaning of it, or the Igbo name for it.
And the content of your pieces, you started critiquing misogynoir, um, and like having a certain view of your work, and now it's evolved into celebrating blackness, celebrating femininity. What prompted that evolution?
Yeah, I just want to be happy because like when I've done work about like natural hair discrimination. I've done work about colorism, and like I'm a dark skinned black woman. I've been dealing with this my entire life. And so I did a video about colorism, and of course I had to seek out videos of like rappers, celebrities, even kids like saying all these terrible things about dark skinned women, and it's kind of draining. I don't want to hear that kind of thing all the time. So instead, I'm like, all right, instead of focusing on the negativity, like I'm going to focus on the positivity and make work that celebrates, you know, the good things about being a black woman and just forget about the other half. Cause like, honestly, the people who do those kinds of things, they don't care. And so what am I doing that for? Like, because they don't care. They're not going to change how they are because some of them have been called out, the famous people,
Real.
and it's like they're still colorist, racist, all that. So you know, what are you going to do? So rather focus on the positive.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're not the ones collecting your work, right? So why?
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
feel you. So I promised we would talk about NFT NYC a little bit. You were there and you presented. So tell us a little bit about your experience there and then what you talked about in the presentation.
Yeah, so overall I would say it was a good time, but I would say that was because of the Black NFT artists. We kind of made our own fun because a lot of the events, like official and unofficial, we couldn't get into, so we had to like come up with ways to entertain ourselves. Ja and Latasha, they like scheduled a photo shoot for us, and then there was actually racism at an event that Latasha was performing at. She did like two songs, I think, but then the hotel people shut it down because they said she was too aggressive or something stupid like that. And it's just like, it's like
Wow.
it's just I don't even know how to put it into words, but it's just like tiring, I guess. But overall, I would say it was a good time. Presenting, that was really a lot of people seem to enjoy it. I presented with Aisha, and we talked about basically the barriers of entry that artists in Africa have to deal with if they want to get into NFTs, and talked about how like OpenSea is like banned in Zimbabwe, I believe, and then some people can't even get Ethereum and have to like send money to someone in another country to send them Ethereum, and like different things like that. And so actually afterward, a lot of people came up to speak to us, and they were like, "Oh, you know, we really liked what you said, and we want to support and learn more about it." So I think it was really good actually because it got a lot of eyes on the African NFT community. So overall, I would say New York was a good experience. Yeah.
Hmm. Was it, what was it like presenting African NFT to people who are unfamiliar and like, in particular, people who are not a part of the African NFT community?
Um, I know it was interesting because, like, I honestly, I told Aisha, I'm like, I don't think anyone's gonna come because Gary Vee was actually speaking at the same time in a different venue. I'm like, nobody's gonna, nobody's gonna come and listen to us. But actually, we had basically a full house, and there were some Black people there, but it was mostly non-Black people, and they all seemed to like really care. And then at one point, I had a slide with a link to where they can go to learn more. And so I saw a lot of people like pull out their phone and take pictures so that they can actually like look into it more. So I think people are really interested. So it was good.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. What projects are you working on right now that you can tell us about? Collabs, pieces, anything?
Yeah, so my birthday is next week and I'm having a Twitter space to celebrate it. But I'm also dropping a collaboration with this artist called Shaman Messiah. We have a collaboration that will be dropping on December 10th. And he's a 3D artist. So we kind of combined our styles. And I did like nails again, and he does many different things like erotic art, but he also does I don't know how to describe the other art, but it's very cool. Like I think people will really enjoy it. And then I'm actually working on a project with a Bayesian artist named Zoe, the Zoe Kid. She does like architecture and interior design type of 3D art. And so we're working on an idea that'll like showcase Nigerian styles and like Bajan styles like Barbados. But that probably won't be out until like 2022. But because we're trying to like make it like at first it was just gonna be a simple collab, but we're like thinking we could really make it something big, especially because it's gonna be like the Caribbean and Africa, like doing a collaboration. We feel like it could be really impactful. And then I have one with the artist Jesse King Uran Tata. I hope I said that right. I should have asked him how to say it. But he's another 3D artist. He's like his work is so good. And that one is probably gonna be 2022 also. So yeah, I have a lot coming out.
That's dope. Are you going to announce all of it on IG?
Yeah, definitely, and Twitter too.
Okay. Okay, awesome. And how can we find out about your birthday Twitter space? Are you going to share it beforehand on for because everyone here is on IG? Are you going to share it in between IG and Twitter, or should we just go to your Twitter?
Yeah, I shared it on Twitter since it's a Twitter space, but I think maybe I should post it on IG. It's just because I can't directly link it on here, so I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
I should, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll direct everyone to my Twitter so that they can follow along.
Yeah, tell the people what
Yeah.
day is it?
December 10 at 12 Eastern. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Happy birthday in advance, by the way.
Thank you.
So, we're going to talk about the future a little bit. What are your hopes for the future of NFT art? And this can be specific to our community or beyond that.
Um, hmm. I know I would like for Web 3 to be less like Web 2. Just like the amount of ignorance and racism. I just because everyone, like I said, the whole wag me and blah blah blah. But you have people making straight up white supremacist art and like putting monkey heads on black women and these influencers making these ignorant tweets and then deleting them and then everyone acting like it's fine because they want them to collect from them or something. Like I don't know, it's just too much
Mhm.
like the regular world. So I haven't seen this like utopia that everyone keeps talking about. It would be nice if we actually did have that. That's what I would want to see, honestly.
I definitely feel that. I feel like as far ahead as we're moving, somehow we seem to be recreating the same patterns of the past, which is not, that's like, I feel like the whole point of creating the new spaces is to create something new, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And what is the best way for us to keep in touch with you? You mentioned your Twitter. What's your Twitter, your username?
It's kind of the same as my IG, but without the period. At Biayua Art. I don't know if I should spell it out in this video or not, but yeah, it's like the same as
Well,
my IG.
if we know your Instagram name, then
Okay, yeah,
we'll know how to spell it.
yeah, the same but without
I
the
do have
period.
to say that throughout this chat, there have been so many positive comments. I mean, the amount of comments about how beautiful you are is a little bit overwhelming.
Oh, really? I
Um,
can't see anything. I don't
but
see
this
anything.
recent one, the last one, is Abby is a blessing to our NFT community, which was so wonderful. But
Oh, I
yeah, there's been so many nice comments about you and your work.
oh wow,
This is like,
thank you. I
yeah,
can't see
it's
them
lovely.
though. Wow,
I need to
that's so nice.
screenshot them for you because it's really, really nice.
Yeah,
Someone
I did.
called you
That's
the
so
yeah,
weird.
let me help you out person.
Sorry, say that again.
They said Abby is the yeah, let me help you out person.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was nervous about seeing the comments, but like I don't even see any. So, but thank you to everyone
Oh
watching.
wow.
That's funny. Wow.
There's a lot. Know that a lot of people, which I feel like I don't need to share these with you because you already know, a lot of them are talking about how good looking you are. You're beautiful, your dimples.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. That's so funny.
Oh, this is so beautiful. This comment, honestly, you are the most amazing and inspirational person in the space. A bunch of people calling you the GOAT.
Wow. I'm gonna start crying. I don't know. That's okay. Thank you.
This means you have to go live more so people can say these things to you.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that, but thank you to everyone watching. I'm trying not to cry.
Oh, thank you to everyone for joining us and for saying all of these kind things. Honestly, your work, I do have to say, truly is inspiring in the way that you have taken like a pop culture phenomenon and turned it into this incredible symbolic piece that both uplifts people and says so much is amazing. And I love the way that
Thank
you are incorporating that work into all of these new things. I can't wait to see the new collabs.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait for everyone to see them.
Okay, great. Thank you everyone for joining us. This is going to be up on our IGTV if you want to rewatch. And thank you so much, Abby. So appreciative of your time. And I can't wait to see all of these new pieces come out.
And thank you for reaching out. Honestly, I like when you guys sent me a message. I was like, "Me, really? Okay." So thank you. I was really shocked.
Absolutely, you. Look at all of these people so excited to see your face and to hear you speak. Yes,
I wish
definitely
I could
you.
see. How do I? Oh, okay. I don't know how to.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't see it. There's so much. Honestly, there's so someone saying this is terrific. I learned a lot more about Abby. Thank you, MetaNails Queen.
Oh God.
An amazing interview. You do the most for the community. Such
Aw,
nice things. I'm gonna screenshot right
this is like wow. Wow. Thank you.
now. So everyone make sure to go comment when we put this up on IGTV. Make sure to share all of these comments so Abby can actually see them. That would be so nice.
Wow. Thank you, everyone.
All right, we're gonna end and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon, Abby. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.